Hello and welcome back to another episode of That Gym Girl podcast. My name is Angel and I am your hostess with the fucking mostest. Oh my goodness, girls. I am having the bestest day ever, but also this is my first time in Europe summer, and sis, why are the days here so fucking long? Like, I'm high-key living for it, do not get me wrong, but holy shit, it's fucking 7:40 and the sun still is up looking like it could be 2 o'clock. Like, I fucking love it, but it's also wigging me out. Am I supposed to be hungry right now? Should I be having dinner right now? Like, this is bizarre. I'm all here for it. But, ladies, you know, if you've been listening to the last few episodes, I have been traveling. So, I ended up going from Brisbane, traveled like fucking 29 hours all the way to Spain with my twin brother. Yes, I do have a twin brother in case you didn't know. And oh my goodness, I cannot be the only one who your siblings know how to fucking wind you up. Like, I feel like my brother literally knows how to push every single one of my buttons. Like, he fucking knows. But also, I've been loving training on holiday. Holy shit. That has been such a vibe. I have so much to say about training on holidays, and I definitely need to do another episode about it. But basically, if you are not training on holiday, that is so fine. I'm not here to call you fucking out, but it makes me feel so much more grounded and so ready for the hectic day ahead. So fucking love that. So grateful for everything that I'm experiencing. But honestly, sister, I just want to get into today's fucking episode. Like, I have been inundated with questions around not only the menstrual cycle, but more specifically how birth control affects you and your performance in the gym. So I'm so excited to bring you this episode. If you do like this episode, please share it on your story, on social media. Women need to know about this type of shit. It is not spoken enough about. Like, do you know how empowering it is to be educated about what is going on in your body? You have the power. Now, I do have to say, I'm not a registered medical practitioner. For any personal advice, please go see your doctor. I'm merely digesting complicated information that I have found through my own research in my degree, but also research outside of my degree. Secondly, research is lacking in this area, which is fucking ridiculous. Like, hello, we're in 2023 and research is lacking in this area. Seriously? So I'm going to do my best to provide what I can. Now, I have already done 2 episodes on how the regular menstrual cycle works. So if you don't understand it, please, I'm imploring you, go check out that episode first. It will just give you the rundown. Now, I'm going to give you this episode in story form because I love listening to a story, but also getting so much fucking juice. So, I, like a lot of women, started taking the contraceptive pill when I was 15. And not for sexual activity, not because I was fucking getting around, but for regulating my hormones to reduce my acne. I honestly did not even think much into it. Like, I had already tried fucking, what did I try? I tried a topical cream, I tried an antibiotic, and then my doctor suggested the pill. And I didn't even register like it had any side effects because I genuinely just thought, you know, this is just what happens, this is normal. And it honestly wasn't until I got to my final year of high school when I walked into my class and saw this big fucking graph on the wall of our biology class that I realized, oh my goodness, women's menstrual cycles are so much more complex than I thought. I don't know why. I just thought you have your period one week and then the rest you don't. And that's it. Your body just kind of goes in this cycle of period, not period. But even in that class, I didn't really fully grasp it. Then I saw a Chrissy Chella video on the menstrual cycle, and if you haven't watched it, highly recommend. Super, super simple, breaks it down. But let's just start with a few questions for you. Have you ever felt super sexy and strong one week and then seriously weak and bloated the next? And has anyone ever gaslit themselves because of this change in feelings? Because I feel like us women are all the same. I want to clarify something with you. These change in emotions, this is science. This is your fucking menstrual cycle, and this is that graph that I saw on the wall of my biology class that did not make sense, and I was overwhelmed and I was confused and I gave up. And then I saw Chrissy Chatler's video and it kind of made sense, but I was like, well, I take the pill, like what does that mean for me? Now that's where this episode comes in. So quick recap of the menstrual cycle, because I know that some of you lazy cunts were not going to go back and listen to the episode. So days 1 to like 5 of your cycle is where your estrogen and progesterone is super low. And estrogen and progesterone are your two major hormones in this cycle. There are other ones, but we're going to just stick to those. They're really low, you're having your period. Amazing. The next like 10 to 14 days is what we call the follicular phase. So this is where your estrogen is rising, it's coming to this peak, you're starting to feel good. Then you go into ovulation. That's when your progesterone kind of remains unchanged, but you're having this peak of estrogen, and this is where you're feeling your fucking peak in energy, peak in feeling sexy, just all the good hormones. And then after, both estrogen and progesterone are high, and then they kind of drop off, and that's when you realize, your body realizes that it's not pregnant, nothing happened during that sexy time, you start to feel a bit shit. Now, I remember the first time I got my period. It was a beautiful Sunday morning on the Gold Coast in Australia. I was heading down to the beach with my dad in our grey Honda. I just remember it so distinctly, and it was honestly my favourite thing to do every week. I would get up early on a Sunday, which is pretty shit, but we would go down and do nippers. And if you don't know what nippers is, it's basically, in Australia you have surf lifesaving clubs, and they do different water activities to make you feel confident in the water and in the, you know, with all the fucking waves and stuff. And so this particular Sunday morning, we'd gone down, I had a long morning of going through the waves, blah, 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 blah. I went up to the clubhouse to take a shower, and boom, my period had hit whilst I was swimming. I remember coming out of the fucking toilet and going, Dad, we need to go home to simmer. He was like, okay, let's go. And then the acne started coming. I tried the cream, I tried the antibiotic, nothing worked. We ended up with the pill. And I'm happy to say that, you know, it has regulated my hormones. Now, when you're 15 and you get put on the pill, your doctors and your pharmacists actually don't tell you a whole lot. And this is coming from a pharmacy student, so I'm not here to fucking call our doctors out. I think our doctors and our healthcare workers are fucking saints. But I have to say, in my experience, and I know with a lot of other people's experience, they don't get told a lot about what this pill is actually doing. And that's where I come in. What happens when you take the birth control pill? Well, the fucking bread and butter of it is that it regulates your hormones. You know the two that I mentioned at the start, estrogen and progesterone. It kind of evens them out so you don't get all these different ups and downs. So, well, it's important I know that there are two types. There's the estrogen and progesterone pill, and then there's the progesterone only pill. And that's when it obviously regulates only progesterone. And it's interesting because this can actually affect our performance in the gym and with sports. Now, trigger, warning, disclaimer, warning, whatever you want to call it. I am not here to throw shade or judgment to anyone who does or does not want to take the birth control pill. Like, I'm actually not here to do that. Just because I take the birth control pill does not mean I think you should. This episode is not me convincing you to start. It is merely me educating you to the best of my knowledge. And honestly, sis, for you listening right now, if anyone comes to you and starts pressuring you to take or not to take the birth control pill, they can genuinely and wholeheartedly get fucked. I don't care if it's your mom, if it's your dad, if it's your partner, if it's your teacher, your body is yours and you are the only person who can choose what is best for your body. Get educated, ask questions to your healthcare professionals, and choose what is best for you, no one else. I'm seeing so much shit on social media, fucking shitting on the pill, promoting tracking your menstrual cycle, blah, 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 blah. Sis, just because it's a trend or just because it's not a trend does not mean you need to do or not do a certain thing. It's your body. Period. Literally. Period. Now, I'm glad that disclaimer is over. I'm feeling very passionate about that. I want you to know that this is your fucking body. And no fucking influencer on social media can convince you otherwise. You get to know the facts and you get to make an educated decision based on those facts from your own healthcare professional. Every woman's body is different, so make sure you go and seek guidance if you want to go down this route. Now, the most common and most important reason people take birth control is pretty fucking obvious. Like, let's fucking talk about the elephant in the room. It is to stop pregnancy. Now, I'm gonna take a quick drink. I've been trying, this is not an ad, by the way. Could you imagine if this was an ad? I would be fucking obsessed. I'm drinking this 7-Up Zero Sugar, and they're okay. They're pretty shit, to be honest with you. They're just like really carbonated. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Every time I go to drink it, it's like so much. Is it called carbonation? I don't even know. Like just the bubbles and the gas and all that. So basically, it stops ovulation. So you know how I said, you know, at the start of the episode, you get this like big surge in estrogen, you're feeling sexy, your body is like releasing a follicle, da 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 da. Well, it stops that. It inhibits the release of the egg from going to the ovaries. Basically what that means, it stops the egg going up into the sac, the sac that is in the woman's uterus, where the sperm would meet, you know, the egg, and then they would create a baby. So it stops the egg from going to that place. This is achieved by keeping the estrogen and the progesterone at a very normal level. So without ovulation, there is no egg, there is no chance of becoming pregnant. So usually in a regular, predictable menstrual cycle, you know, you get those ebbs and flows, but now we're keeping the progesterone and the estrogen at one thought level. This difference in hormones can affect your sporting performance. There is literally research that shows estrogen and progesterone promote the storage of muscle glycogen. Now stay with me here, bitch. Basically what this is it's a form of a carbohydrate, and this plays a really important role in giving energy to your body during exercise. So, you know, when you have that big surge in estrogen, that means that your body's able to store more muscle glycogen, which means you'll have more energy to lift heavier, go faster, push harder. But obviously, if it's at a low level or at a flat level, you're not going to get these changes. So it's something to be aware of. Also, I guess the first point is kind of a negative or a con, but this next point is kind of the main reason why athletes take the birth control pill, because it relieves those menstrual symptoms. Girl, if you have had your period, you'll know that you get cramping, bloating, heavy bleeding, fatigue. It is thought that the pill helps reduce these symptoms. So obviously, it helps them manage their energy levels, and then it makes them want to feel more motivated to go to the gym, then they perform better. Lastly, this is so fucking random, but there is a fluctuation in body temperature, mostly because of progesterone. So you get this increase in progesterone, you get an increase in your body temperature. So blood goes directly to the skin in order to remove the heat and lower the body temperature. But this can kind of fuck up your oxygen delivery to your muscles, and this can cause fatigue. So what it's saying is when you get this huge flux in progesterone, you get this big rise in your temperature, your body then sends all the blood that way to kind of reduce the temperature, but it affects how you're lifting in the gym. So if you reduce the fluctuation, you keep a stable body temp, then you don't get this whole fuck up. So, you know, it's kind of a positive because your birth control pill is able to regulate everything. Now, lastly, this is the big one, weight gain. Does everyone gain weight from the pill? No. Do a lot of women gain weight from the pill? Yes. But when you go on the pill, you need to keep your food the same. Too often I see women going on the pill and then they start binge eating, overeating, consuming all the cravings and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then they say, oh, the pill caused me to gain weight. Well, was it the pill or was it your diet? You don't know. So when you start going on the pill, keep your food the same. Let's have a look whether or not you're gaining weight because of the pill or because of a change in habits. Now, is this a wrong thing? Does this mean you need to stop taking the pill? No, not necessarily. I have gained 10 kilos in the last year, not because of the pill, just because of life, and I am feeling the most confident in my body I ever have. But if weight loss is your goal, then you know, it could potentially be a setback for you. It's really fucking important to look at your specific scenario and understand there are so many different types and different brands of pills and contraceptive things that are affecting your body. But the main crux of it is, no matter whether it's a bar or an injection or whatever, a tablet, they're all trying to regulate your hormones. Is this a good or bad thing? Well, it's a good thing in some parts because it helps you keep your emotions stable, it helps you keep those menstrual symptoms stable, and it helps you keep your body temperature stable. But you don't get the big fluctuations and the big increase in estrogen, which can be helpful in getting those bigger PBs. Again, the research is fucking limited, so you know, you need to take it with a grain of salt. What I am saying though is that sis, you have to be educated. Like potentially this is the first time you've ever learnt about your period and your body. That is fucking cool. But promise me this, it is not the last time you begin. Fuck, I'm trying to do this motivational speech and I just slur over my words. Promise me this isn't the last time you learn about your body and your menstrual cycle. How do you expect to go to the gym, be the most confident version of yourself, show up and lift heavy weights if you don't know what is even going inside your body? You need to be able to feel like you can back yourself. And how do you back yourself? By being educated. How do you become educated? You ask questions, you seek guidance, you seek advice. Sis, there's no shame in asking questions, whether it's to me or to your healthcare practitioner. And please, if anybody in your life is pressuring you to take the pill or not take the pill, they can genuinely, like I said, get fucked. This is your body. You get to choose what goes on. Okay, I know that was a lot of information and I know that that didn't give you a clear conclusion, and I know that's frustrating because some of you might want to have come on here and go, okay, should I or shouldn't I take the pill? And you know what? I don't have a clear answer for that. I believe in trial and error. I believe you can try something and it may not work for your body. I believe that you can try something and it may be the best thing that happened to your body. But at the moment there's this trend of shitting on the pill and shitting on contraceptive because it fucks up your body and la 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 la. Sis, you get to do what works for you in your situation. I personally enjoy taking the pill. Does that mean you have to as well? No. Does that mean that you're wrong for not wanting to? No. It means that you have made an educated decision for your life and your body. And that is powerful. Okay. That is me done for today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please, if you're in the London area, know that I am doing a That Gym Girl Learn to Lift event July 16th. You need to be there. I'm just saying. Alright, until next time, have the most beautiful day. Oh, and give us a cheeky follow on social media. I would love to know how this episode hit for you. Alright, bye. Go do something for yourself. You deserve it.